Hey, what's up, everyone? Today is Monday, August 28th, and let's go over the futures markets for today. So, starting off, we had let me back it up here a little bit, starting off the S&P 500. Going into Monday, as I mentioned from Friday's video, the price was already getting close to, it was in a downward channel right here, but price is getting close to pushing out. So, it did push out, came up today, hit into the extension high of the day, and then just literally made a W for it, as you can see right there. Now what we do have on it, and then just stopped right there. So today there really wasn't, it wasn't anything going on today, no crazy actions. But what we do have right now is we do have a long trade set up. I missed it getting into it when it first formed right here, unfortunately. So you can see I have my buy limit order underneath the closing bar, which is right there. I'll just draw a black line where the closing bar where it is, and I always wait to try to get in at even or slightly better below it, because price goes all the way down to 1.146, the opposite way. I get in right there, and then the exit comes up to where the original entry price is. But currently where the exit is on this trade setup is all the way up here at 44.53.50. As you can see, I have my exit slightly lower than it. I guess I could put it perhaps a little bit more. Let's see here, what would be 1 point? There's 1 point. We'll do like 1.5 points away right there for it, just to ensure I get out of it and don't get caught up in there from it not quite hitting the hard exit. But that is where the exit currently is. So we'll see. Usually, since it's after 3 o'clock Central Standard Time, the markets are pretty much closed, and so all the big action has slowed down, unless just some crazy news comes out. So hopefully we get a little bit sell off, and then in the overnight session it will come down some, fill me in right here, and then going up into tomorrow, go ahead and hit that. So what I'm going to do right now, let me go to the 15-minute chart. I'm going to go set the daily extension levels for tomorrow. You can see here they were for today. They already got hit, and that was the high of the day. So if we use that high, and then let's see, where's the low? There's the low. There we have it right over there for that one, and that's good because it comes in right underneath the extension high of tomorrow, going into tomorrow, and then going in for the trend line. And we can see that today the trend line shifted from a downwards channel. Now it will be looking like an upwards channel going into tomorrow. So let's move that. Where's the low for today? Here's the low. Actually, it's a nothing. It's a really weird setup. So there isn't a trend channel in there at all, because what I do is I go from the low of the day to the low of the day. And so going into tomorrow, that's going to be yesterday's low, where it's currently today's low, but it'll be yesterday's low tomorrow. So I don't have it go over all the way, over here and something like that. It's always from low to low. So we see that thing's already busted out and has made a really weird low low from it. So the high seems to be an applicable point as far as resistance going on there further, but that's the way that works right there. Going into the Russell 2000, we finally today, the bread and butter trade, which was signified by the exit by being that box right there. Let me go delete all that. It's the 50% retracement level from the move of it right there all the way down to low of it right there. And then you can see there's the high, there's the low, and that's what we draw the Fibonacci extension move level from. Never came back, hit the 50% trade until it hit today. As you can see, it just ticked right off of it at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Completed, and it also happened to be the extension high of the day as well. So not surprising that the extension high plus finally that trade exit right there from the bread and butter trade went ahead right there and got hit. Let's see, here's this a trade set up right here. Oh, it was one previously. Yeah, this is another one that's over now. See, it closed up right there. It's one I did get in. Where did I get in? I got in at 1872.30. Got out at 1870. So 2-point trade right here in the Russell 2000 for that setup. So going into tomorrow for it, I was glad to see that the bread and butter trade worked out for that. Going into tomorrow, let's adjust the fib high and low levels. So there's the high up here for tomorrow. Move that over a little bit. Actually, we need that more. There's the high going in there, and there's the low going into tomorrow. Then using that and that, there's the high trend line. Here is the low. So this one has a lot better. Did I really do the SP 500 correctly? There's the low of yesterday. Is that the low? Let's see what that is. That is at 1414.50. Okay, well that's actually a low. So that's actually it right there. But still doesn't matter. Still is messed up from it, so it doesn't work out. But that's all right. So we've seen the Russell 2000. It is definitely in an upward trend channel now, and look for it to probably to continue on higher. Let's see if there's any trade setups. Nothing right there. Let's see if we can get 15-minute. Red arrow's probably gonna be too big for it. Let's see here. Yeah, I'd have to close all the way up over here, which it might. I mean, it'd be really interesting going into tomorrow if we get a close above the yellow line right here, and of course we can't have another red symbol for a form because that's what we're trading this off of. What I'm trading, not we, I am trading it off of. So if we get it close up here, what I'm probably looking at doing is wait for a pullback because hitting into the extension high area plus entering that trade right there. I'd probably look for more of a pullback to get into that trade. If it happens, it may not happen, but you never know. Hopefully it would. But it's definitely is in a from the 2-day trend channel moving up going into tomorrow for the Russell 2000. Now for the see what I miss over here now. For the I was doing some work. For the Dow Jones, we did have a valid trade set up here using the red semaphores. Oh yeah, I would have missed that one easy. Yeah, that was too hard for trade get in anyways. So couldn't get in, but could not get in. But over here for it, we can see again, just like the S&P 500 and the Russell 2000, the Dow Jones today, the extension high of the day was definitely the stopping point, and the market did not move any higher. Let's see what the there's that. Where's the low? The low, yeah, it's gonna be all messed up now. Low's down there, right when it opened. All looked right there, yeah. So that one's kind of messed up for tomorrow for the Dow Jones. So really the only one that's showing anything as far as the 2-day trend lines is gonna be the Russell 2000. Both the Dow Jones and, as you can see, the S&P 500 are all messed up in there. But that's what those are. We did have, as you can see right here, the MFI was overbought in the Dow Jones today. And then we had correlation with it being on the sell-off for a little bit of sell-off for it when MFI, as you can see, is oversold. Plus, it hitting the extension high level of the day right up here at the 1.44. It's between this area at the 1.146 and the 1.44. It hit that, and that was it for today. It wasn't going to do anything. Let's see if the Russell 2000, yeah, that one did as well. And then the S&P 500, yep, it was oversold as well. So nothing too crazy going on in those markets. That goes down there. So yeah, let's see. Now going over to the Nasdaq, and also the Nasdaq, just like the Russell 2000, it completed its bread and butter trade when the price came up here today at 7:15 a.m. It completed its trade right here, and that one was a huge move down. Let me show you. I talked about it a little bit last week, but it went all the way down to, I believe it's this one right here, to a little bit past the 6.85 Fibonacci extension level, and that tends to be, from what I've seen for the most part, for most of them, the extreme level is going down to. Now trading stocks and stuff like that, I have seen it go well past the 6.85 Fibonacci extension level. But for the futures markets, it definitely seems to be kind of like the stopping point. Anytime it gets past the 2.618, you know it's an extreme move down the other way. But being on the 1-minute chart, you do get more of those extreme moves than you would so more of the 15-minute chart. But anyways, came up, hit it, completed that trade. So that was the big news for me in my trading world for that one, getting all said and done. And then just like the other three markets, for once, all three markets are moving in tandem. Typically, the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones moves pretty similar. The Russell 2000 is kind of like the redheaded stepchild, kind of does what it wants to do, or more like a teenager, I think. It kind of does what it wants to do. Part of the family, but does what it wants to do compared to the S&P 500, and the Dow Jones being the mom and dad. The Russell 2000 is more like the teenager. It kind of does its own thing, but still part of the family. And then we have the Nasdaq, and that's kind of like the rich uncle of the family. And so it was, you know, must have been a family reunion for all the markets today. They all hit off the 1.146 extension level for today, and that was about it. We do have, let's see here, is this a 5-minute trade? No, it'd be a 1-minute trade right here. Let's see. Red semaphore, red semaphore, red semaphore. So yeah, you know what, we do have a live trade right here in Nasdaq. I will be looking to get that in once the market reopens. It closes at 4 p.m. here in just a little bit, and then reopens at 5 p.m. So when that happens, I'll be looking to get in there. And the exit we'll be looking at is right here at 15,146, right there for it. So the entry is, when that closed above it, that was the entry. So you know, when it opens and it's definitely around this level, and it's around this level, definitely look to get in right there for it. So cool. So that one's live. Then let's get the daily extension levels for tomorrow set up on the chart. That one and that one, and then that and that. And for the lows, 10,954 is probably the lowest one right here. 15,0. Well, I'm not looking at the right thing. 14,973.25. Yeah, that's the lowest one. So this one's going to be all messed up, just like the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones. But no big deal. So this is looking like a really good trade setup as well here on the 1-minute chart using the red semaphores. And how again, to do this is the red semaphores are the strongest turning points. That's all the semaphores are, those colored circles. It just shows where turning points happen, and it paints after the fact, so it's not like it's in real time. It's not going to, like, say for instance, like paint it right here on that one right there. It doesn't do that. Like, it would be like on this one right here, it would paint it an orange one coming up after, you know, a couple more bars close. So it's not like trading. It's not like you can do it just on real time for it or live. But you can use the reds. You go red with red, or you can do like red, orange, orange, because to have a red, there has to be an orange inside of it, because orange are level 2, reds are level 3. Or you can do orange, orange, orange for that. But what you can't do is, like, I couldn't do like red, red, and then this second orange down here, or even that orange right there. They have to be all together. And so that is how on the 1-minute chart. Let's see about this one. And you know, we got another one right here using these orange ones right here. We got another live one right here, but I'm going to keep it at this one because this is going to be the larger profit target for right there. Red, red, and red. So we'll see what happens here in the next 39 minutes for the market closes. I'd love to see it go down some more and get in at a better price, and then exit be somewhere about right up here for, you know, currently where it is, about 180 tick gain, 45-point gain, the Nasdaq futures markets. And it also, let me scroll out a little bit on the time frame here. It's also, as you can see, just below the hard exit, just below the extension high of the day, right there with that box. So there's extension high at the 1.146. That's kind of like the extension level, high level right there. And then the extension low level is just the opposite way down here. Right there. So yeah, I think that's looking like a really good trade setup. Get out the hard exit, you know, before the extension high of the day, and good to go. So yeah, I think tomorrow what I'm looking for is another push up tomorrow, up to the extension highs of the day. And then once hit that, who knows what, probably more resistance again tomorrow with these setups getting hit, but looking for just what the markets are shaping up here at the end of the day to go up to the extension high. You know, we got this potential trade, hopefully get in, and then this one, as long as it stays right around this level, somewhere doesn't go up above the black line, I'll get in right there for Nasdaq. And then there's nothing really going on for those two. And then we have crude oil. Oh yeah, so this is a trade I'm in live right here. I think it's off the 1 minute chart. Let's see. No, maybe 5 minute chart. Yeah, 5 minute chart. So using these, see orange, orange, orange. Price came down, closed below it. So that, I'll just put that right there. That's the entry right there. Right when it happened, I got in just slightly better for it. And then you see we have another orange symbol for it, but that doesn't matter. The trade was already valid and live before the orange one got formed, and it didn't get formed right there. It probably got formed, you know, when price is all the way over here. Then the orange one formed for it. So the exit is down here at let's see, the hard exit is down here at about 79.62. I got my exit 79.70, and that's from this one. Let's see. So there's the other one, $25. From it. So currently down a little bit. It's come back a little bit, and what I'm started doing since my account's growing a little bit, getting a little bit more from it, especially for these ones like the crude oil and the Russell 2000, which Russell 2000 I'm actually trading with 2 micro contracts at a time rather than 1 contract. Excuse me. So trying to get in at the 61.8 as well, because if it is going to be a measured move down, you know, I could get in at the 50, but just went in at the 61.8 in case price keeps going above it. And then if price goes all the way to the 1.146, the other one, got the entry right up there, and then I'll move all the exits just slightly above the entry level, which is that black line right there for oil. So for oil, looking for it, you know, another push down, go back into the 79s, 62, looking for that target. But if it does get a push up here into the 81s, then we'll eventually look for retracement back down here into the high 79s to the low 80s here in crude oil going into tomorrow. Let's see if the 15-minute, no, it's nothing. We can see over here we had today in the early morning time, it was overbought right here on the 15-minute chart, and we had that sell-off right there. Ever since then, hasn't really done anything else. And then we'll go over to Bitcoin here real quick. And we're still waiting for the daily chart. See if it closes below that. If it closes below it, then that would put the short on for it. And the target would be somewhere down over here, the high 23,000s for it. And then let's see. I don't day trade Bitcoin. I do own Bitcoin, but it's on longer term time frames for it for that. But anyways, those are the markets. So I'm looking for the markets to get a push up going into tomorrow, up into the extension high of the day. You know, hopefully this one comes back, gets a little bit lower, and get in right there. Looking for, you know, the Russell 2000 is the only one that actually has a valid trend channel up in it. And oh, I guess I didn't do that one. Okay, yeah, there's Dow, there's the Nasdaq, looking for a push higher right there. Hopefully this stays right around here so we can take a long trade, push that up over into there. The hard exit for that long setup that is currently live in is 15,146, plus we have, and then we have the extension high right up there as well. So looking for pretty much all our markets do the same thing, push up higher into their extension highs, and then probably kind of like today, probably pull back some after that. So yeah, we'll see what happens after that. If there'll be a big sell-off or not for it. So anyways, take care out there, and talk to you later. Bye.